Hi, I'm Kyle Mitchell with Whitaker Brothers, and today we're in our warehouse to take a look at a very special unit. This is the Intimus 1495. It's a high-volume, high-capacity, conveyor-fed shredder. Now, I want to show you some of the features and some of the benefits and some of the things that make this industrial shredder unique from all the others out there. Come on in closer. Let's take a look. So this is the console. This is what your operator is going to be operating with on a daily basis. You've got 3 different color buttons at the very top. The green light means that it's good to go, ready to start shredding. Red light means we've got a jam somewhere. And the yellow light means that a trigger is tripped somewhere, some sort of safety mechanism has been activated, and you just have to find what door is open or what's been tripped to get it working again. Right here we've got a lockable on-off switch. This activates power to the machine. You can put a lock on it. That's a way of restricting who gets to use these things. Let's face it, shredders are really cool, and you want to make sure the people who are using it are doing so for business purposes. And finally, right here, this is where we've got access to reverse, and we've got access to forward. And that's how we turn the equipment on. All right, so let's talk about some of the advantages to the Intimus 1495. First of all, let's talk about productivity. Depending on what cut size you get, you can run nearly 1,000 pounds per hour through this. That's a lot of productivity. But let's talk about some of the softer features. Some people spend this much money on a paper shredder, on a big industrial shredder, and moving it's a pain in the butt because they have these tiny little wheels. But on the Intimus 1495, we have big, thick casters. We can use those to move this machine all over the place. It's highly mobile, and that's extremely helpful when you're working in a warehouse and you have to relocate it or move it around. The other thing that I'm going to show you in just a moment is how easy the side evacuation is for all the shred residue. It's very different from the classic method of front or rear evacuation. Instead, it's coming out the side. Come on in closer, zoom in, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So like I said, this side evacuation is a very unique feature of the Intimus 1495. Let's open it up and see what we're talking about. See how easy that is? That's compared to others that go out the rear or go out the front. We got a nice big 53-gallon waste bin container here. And let's take a look at some of that shred residue. This happens to be the cross-cut model. There is a strip-cut model. It doesn't change the size that you have to work with in here, though. You can do a lot of shredding, and you're not going to have to change the bag quite as often because you've got such a healthy size waste bin container. And the last thing that I'll mention, which is sometimes an issue for some of our customers, is that the Intimus 1495, because of its narrow design, it can fit through a standard width door. And that's not something that is the case with every single high volume paper shredder. Sometimes we have to disassemble these things. Sometimes we've got to put them in sideways. Intimus 1495, thin profile, easy to store, also easy to get through doors. All right, so let's talk about what kind of media you can put inside the Intimus 1495. You already know it can do paper. It'll do staples and paper clips, no problem. It'll do binder clips without an issue. It could even do a 3-ring binder as long as there's not a ton of paper in there. So it has no problem with soft metals. I would not put a hard drive in here. I wouldn't put a cell phone in here. Let's stick to paper and soft metals. It'll also take light plastics such as CDs and DVDs, no problem at all. You'll see as I do some shredding, we run some CDs and DVDs through here. What about maintenance? What do you have to do? Well, fortunately, on an Intimus shredder, maintenance is generally reactive. There's not a whole lot you need to do on a daily basis to keep this running well. There's one exception though, and that is that all shredders need oil. Now this particular shredder is one of our showroom demos. It's got an automatic oiler already attached to it, something that Whitaker Brothers can do for you. But you do need to apply oil to the shredder, whether it's through an automatic oiler or whether it's manual. So my name's Kyle Mitchell with Whitaker Brothers. That was a brief tour of the Intimus 1495 industrial paper shredder. Now here at Whitaker Brothers, we are the paper shredder experts. If you have any questions, you can tweet us. You can find us on LinkedIn. You can find us on Facebook. You might even try calling us or emailing us. We'll answer you any way you try to reach out to us. My name's Kyle Mitchell with Whitaker Brothers. Thanks for watching.